What's up? Welcome to the channel, and in today's video we are going to be discussing the hero loadouts that I've showed you the characters for, and I'm going to break it down just a little bit more for you to understand what's going on in those builds. Excuse me for 1 second. For those of you who are coming into this video today, you're going to have to go to the playlist and watch it from part 3. Now, there's a lot going on with these hero loadouts, and the first thing I would like to bring up is your research, right? When I first started this game, I was like, oh, I need offense. I never went for the health. I never went for the resistance. I went straight for the offense. The more damage I'm doing, the better my survivability is. And where I got my health from is I went to my survivors and I put my health in those survivor slots, and I put the shield and shield regeneration survivors in those squad slots. I never turned on autofill. Autofill is just throwing in random survivors and you don't know what bonuses you're going to get. It's absolutely ridiculous to do that. Just place in your builds as early as possible to start focusing your build. And then I realized, like, you know what? I'm using my teddy bear a lot more than I'm actually using my weapons. Maybe I should go with ability damage. So I immediately stopped putting into my offense and I started putting everything into my tech. Then I did my offense, then I did my health, then I did my shield, right? So focus that damage. Your teddy bear, your minigun, your seismic smash, your shock tower, your heavy base when you drop it, that's all in an ability and needs that damage boost, right? So that is very good. And I learned from that. My survivors right now, for example, I am doing a lot of endurances, okay? I'm hosting a lot of them. I am helping people do them. I am playing in their storm shield defenses. And right now I have a lot of my survivors, blue, purple. Yes, they are all leveled up, but they have trap durability. So I am focusing when I walk in with my constructor build, bang, I am doing 128, 1337 uses, 900, 800. I'm getting maximum durability with those builds, so we're just not losing games. I do have ability for all of these, okay? So if I were to change them and switch out, I can place in my ability damage for my teddy bear, my minigun, whatever I'm doing, I am focusing that damage. And now remember, you have 8 squads. That is an extra 80% damage, and you're always going to have one person that's just an oddball, because it's 3 ability, and 3 ability equals 10% ability damage across all. Alright? And you only have 7 slots, so 3 plus 3 is 6. You've got 1 oddball left, and that's fine. So there's nothing you can do about that, and it's okay. For the hero and the loadout, right, I showed you 4, I showed you 5. And they're different because you have your adrenaline rush and your under warranty, and on my loadout you have survivalist, Jonesy, and the airstrike. I showed 4 and 5 for a maximum DPS with that build and using it. Your survivability is depending on your adrenaline rush. So in those emergency situations, you may have a problem. I recently, 2 months ago, just started working on, I thought I had all of the achievements in the game. I don't have them all. I was like, huh? I should have had all of these. So then I went to the quest and I realized that these are the other achievements that I had to get. I had never played with anybody in the game except with friends, and we didn't join random games. We just played with each other, or I played solo. I just started doing this. I've got another 600 games to go, and I just started working on this like 2 months ago. So, what I'm doing now with my builds is I'm no longer playing Entwined. I am going into Plankertan, Canny, or Stonewood, and I am just obliterating with the Teddy because my natural power level is a 134. about to be a 135. And dude, that Teddy is gonna wash anything up in here, especially in Venture. Venture is awesome for this season because you have the superheroes for the Outlander, the soldiers, so you're just able to lay down the law with a Teddy. You never run out of a teddy bear in Venture with the builds. And your survivability, I don't like relying on the adrenaline rush in any way, shape, or form. I did a lot of solo, right? And I'm bringing this full circle right now. This is not going to save me in any way, shape, or form. I have played lots of Ride the Lightnings, and I have gone into those games, and I was like, oh man, dude, I've got no steel and like no brick, but I always have wood, and I was like, man, we ain't farming nothing. We are gonna drop wood. We're gonna build the anti-air, and we're gonna go. And in those thick of the moments, you don't have time because you're already gonna have popped that adrenaline rush when that mini boss comes out, and you're slowly, surely focusing on this adrenaline rush. It's a problem, right? And I see people use it and they're going down like, yeah, you need survivalist Jonesy, because your survivability with him is through the roof compared to a one-shot full health adrenaline rush when I'm losing health, gaining health, losing health, gaining health, right? I'm gaining a lot more health in those next 3 minutes than that adrenaline shot can do. So I just don't do it. I lose out on the 100% crit chance. But you want to know something? My character, Fragment Flurry Jess, when I whip that weapon out for when I have to kill that husk in that emergency, I become that crit chance. And I'm going to kill you, period. I'm going to kill that husk. Not you, but that husk immediately. It's done. So I don't care about the crit chance. I'm going to put in Survivalist Jonesy, and I'm going to drop my bombs in. And the reason for the bombs is like, yeah, let me tell you something. In that heat of the moment, when you're at like a power level 124, you've got a bunch of anti-airs crafted, and you walked in there with wood, and some things pop off that you didn't think was going to happen, like, oh man, I messed up because I didn't get over there in time, and there's a whole lot of husk. And remember, at those higher levels, you are getting beamed with damage, and Survivalist Jonesy healing you back is good, but it's a little slow. So if you have that emergency, you can immediately call in your airstrike. Everything that was there is now dead, and you are back at full health because you obliterated everything. So you just killed all those husks. And then you built a little bit, you're hiding, you're back there peeking, shooting, you're using your weapon, or you're pulling out your plasmatic discharger, poof, and you're saving the day. You're not going to be able to do that with Adrenaline Rush. I've developed a play style. The more you play with the Outlander and learn it and progress with it, you're going to develop that sense of like aggressiveness, like, oh, yeah, this is when I got to pop my adrenaline, and this is when I'm going to have to throw down some healing pads. I'm not about wasting traps and those resources on healing pads or cozy campfires. I'm just not going to do that. I'm not going to do that in any way, shape, or form. So if you want to do that, you can, and still have your adrenaline rush. But that's a 3-minute cooldown, and all that did was get you back into the game right then and there and repair that wall or start building again. But you didn't do no damage, you just healed. Okay, I would rather get an abundance of damage in rather than just healing myself right then and there. And I can't use that because it's not ever going to work out for me in any way, shape, or form. That is why I use this build most of the time. And for the video, I use these builds all the time. It's just that she's coming out and Jonesy's going in and the airstrike is going in. Same thing for number 4. This is just to show you the maximum amount of DPS, and this is what people want to see. They want to see like 4 Outlanders. Okay, there you go, you got it. and this is how mine is, and this is how mine is for this, but it's not how I'm going to be running it. I am going to have Survivalist Jonesian because he's a freak of nature, and I need that. I need that in my life, especially in this game. I need it. So that's basically it for this. You know the builds. Now you understand why I am running it the way I'm running it. The next video is going to show gameplay. Oh, I also need to say this too. There are different things going on in this game, right? You're playing missions, you're leveling, you're getting kills. I've showed you 3 different builds, okay? One's a 10-second, 5-second, infinite. One shoots really fast with a 10-second cooldown, and within those 10 seconds, you can use your weapon, and then you quit using your weapon, and you're back just to watching things go on by using your Teddy, okay? Or you're using a melee. Use a melee weapon, okay? And then redrop your Teddy for those 10 seconds. For the 5-second, same concept. I'm not going to use the weapon for 5 seconds. I'm just going to bunny hop. I'm just going to jump with my little character out of the way or run away and then redrop my Teddy. Or phase shift through the whole path. And then just get away even quicker and then drop my Teddy from that farther distance. And for the infinite build, for the Teddy, you can use that at any part of the game. It's just that they all work. They all work. But if you're going to play Venture, they really work. Because you got to remember, in Venture, it's like you're starting off back in Stonewood again, like you're brand new. And your power level that you're at, whether if you're a 45 natural power level, and then when you go into Venture, you're a level 1, all those stats and bonuses come into play with your ability, your Teddy, your minigun. So it's going to smoke boots, and you can actually solo a lot of missions in there without having nobody in your game. Don't put it on no fill, just put it on fill because you obviously want people to join your game, because when people join your game, it increases your stats. And that's more damage that your Teddy or your minigun is going to use or do, I mean. And, you know, whatever you're doing is going to become more powerful. Your builds become stronger, your traps hit harder, your weapon hit harder, everything hits harder as long as somebody else is in your game. So, all of these work, but it's the play style that you have to incorporate. When I am using my Outlander builds, I'm running to the encampment, I drop it, I turn back around and I go farm. Then I'll come back and drop it and I go back to farming. If there's other people in the game, I drop my Teddy and then I farm. I'm just not trying to get all the kills. I'm just throwing down DPS to help. If I'm trying to do some crazy stuff and I need more DPS, I'll go to a bigger DPS build, like my 5-second, where I'm just going to get 13 kills, stay with a charge all the time to get that extra 30% damage going with the Teddy. Okay? So if I need to throw down a lot more DPS, this is the build I'm going to come into the game with. That's all. And maximum amount of DPS, my infinite Teddy, I'll come into this. I'll come into it with this right here. Because it's infinite. So then why would I have this? Well, you got to remember, I'm only getting 13 eliminations with this build right here. And over here, I have to get 39 eliminations to get that charge. So there is a little bit difference there. I'm going to have to do a lot more killing to get that fragmentation charge. But if I need to have that infinite teddy bear, which like in this season in Venture, this is the build I use. Infinite teddy, and I don't even care about 39 kills because you automatically gain charges in that game. You never run out. So this is perfect for Venture mode. This is the bomb. And I'm still running Survivalist Jonesy because I'm going to go into the storm. I'm going to unlock the map. I'm going to kill some encampments over there. And I don't care about my health going because I'm constantly killing huts. So I'm just constantly repairing. It's not like, oh man, I got to go back over there and wait for this cooldown to use it again. I don't even use this. Okay, that's just to show you what you would need if you didn't have Survivalist Jonesy here. Okay, that's it. I hope you enjoyed. The next video, I'm going to show gameplay on these 3 builds, and then we're actually done with this. You've completed it. Thank you for watching. If this has helped you, please follow. It helps me. And everybody stay safe, have a great day, and be blessed.